Hello, I'm Jordan, and I just made my first short film, Happy Sad. Happy Sad primarily explores how Sam, played by the wonderful Peter Wood, interprets his emotions, and how doing so affects the colour of the world around him. Sam's emotions are very simple. He's either happy or sad, and when he's not one, he's the other, as indicated by his crudely labelled 3-switch board. One important thing to note is that despite Sam's limited emotional spectrum, he has the agency of choosing how to flip the switch every morning. Though this comes after a cursory assessment of his emotions, as often influenced by the first 5 minutes of being awake, Sam has the power to push the button. Nick, on the other hand, terrifically played by William Standish, has a more nuanced understanding of his emotions. His colourful, unlabelled wheel signifies a wider breadth of emotions. However, he feels as though he has significantly less control of his emotional state, resulting in him hiding it from Sam. As each character interprets their emotions differently, I wanted to drive home the uniquity of the items they use to do so. I particularly wanted them to feel as though they'd been personally made by each character. Sam's switchboard was made from polystyrene foam that I painted with an airbrush to give it a wooden aesthetic. My friends then helped me hollow out 2 coloured light bulbs and wire tiny LEDs to make it fully functional. I then purchased a Wheel of Fortune from IKEA, which we airbrushed to reflect the many shades of Nick's emotional spectrum. Sam's room was designed to be plain and bare, as I wanted it to feel as though he was trapped inside his own mind. There's not much going on around him to inspire his emotions, which is why something as simple as stubbing his toe is enough to ruin his day. I wanted to juxtapose Sam trapped in the confines of his room by putting him into the bright, wide open world, which is why we see him go on cute, colourful dates with Nick. I shot Happy Sad on a Sony a7 III with a 16-35mm zoom lens I hired, as well as my own 50mm prime lens. I particularly wanted the wide lens to shoot some sad interior moments to make the room feel big, sparse and empty. For moving shots, I used a DJI Ronin S. I used a few aperture and Neewer lights to light the bedroom and cafe scenes. We shot most bedroom scenes at night, so I used these nifty little aperture lights to light up the windows. One challenge I faced was motivating light in a room with a single open light source and closed windows. While I'm not the best at lighting, I think I did a pretty decent job. It's not easy to show off sound in a story with no dialogue, especially because our cast and crew consisted of exactly 4 people, meaning no dedicated sound person. Because of this, I chose to record minimal live audio, and instead primarily rely on self-recorded Foley. To do this, I plugged the RØDE VideoMic Pro Plus into a wireless Go so I could position the mic independently of the camera. I don't have an external audio recorder, so this configuration was a godsend, particularly because I hate matching up audio and video in post. This being my first short film, I learnt so much. I've been wanting to enter my RØDE reel for years, and I'm so glad to finally submit something. Huge shout out to RØDE for holding this competition, and for making the terrific mics that took the audio in Happy Sad to the next level.